Hi everybody, welcome to your weekly forecast for Monday, May 16th through Sunday, May 22nd. There's actually quite a lot of aspects this week, major aspects, but they don't start until Wednesday. Okay, so on Wednesday, May 18th, we have Mars in Pisces conjuncts Neptune in Pisces. On Thursday, May 19th, we have the Sun in Taurus trines Pluto in Capricorn. On Friday, May 20th, we have Mercury in Gemini sextiles Jupiter in Aries. On Saturday, we have the Sun in Gemini conjunct Mercury in Gemini, and the Sun also moves into Gemini on this day. And on Sunday, May 22nd, Mars in Pisces sextiles Pluto in Capricorn. Okay, so welcome back, my subscribers, and if you're new to my channel and you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and like and share it. But I would like to thank all of you, my loyal followers and subscribers, for coming back every week and every month. So for those of you that are new, though, check out my monthly forecasts, and there are links below to my website if you would like to have your chart done. There's also a link to something called Ask Me a Question. It's for people who only want to know one or two things maybe about their chart. Okay, so happy lunar eclipse, by the way, on Monday. Yeah, Sunday into Monday. Okay, the effects are still around though, so whatever happened around this day for you, I actually do cover the moon, full moon, and new moon in your monthly forecast. So you could get a little bit more info there. Okay, so we'll see what happened with you guys. Maybe something pretty significant happened. Okay, so whatever sign comes up. Okay, so for Libra, on Wednesday, May 18th, Mars in Pisces in your 6th house conjuncts Neptune in your 6th house of Pisces, okay? So, first of all, let's get to, like, your health, okay? The 6th house is the house of health, among many other things. So there, just because Neptune's been transiting here, you may have been having problems with your health that were hard to diagnose, no matter what your symptoms are, and what doctors you went to. Nobody could figure out why you felt the way you did, or why whatever was happening. Okay, so that could be to the point right now where you just can't stand it anymore. You could possibly finally figure out what it is that is causing you to feel ill. You could find this out on your own. It doesn't have anything to do with any of the doctors or other, self-help things that you've either read or watched online or something or other, okay? So, but on the other hand, okay, this is also the house of work, the kind of work that you do, and your co-workers in the workplace, and your work schedule even. Okay, it's also the house of service. So as far as the workplace goes, you could have, like, these two planets together don't often, like, mesh very well together, because Mars is the planet about self, about your ego. It's about me, right? Neptune is the selfless, altruistic kind of spiritual planet, okay? So you could be, actually, you could be in a position, a lot of times you're not able to, like, defend yourself effectively. Somebody at this time, let's say like a coworker, could be taking credit for your work, okay? Maybe you're not even there to find out about this. Maybe you find out somewhere down the line or later. Or a co-worker is given an assignment that you wanted, and you have to kind of like bite your tongue, because you are more than likely more qualified than that person is, and that's why you thought that you would be the one that would be chosen, okay? Or just something could happen at work, something like debilitating or you know, put you in a position where you're made to feel, I don't know, even obligated to your employer or your coworkers or something or other I don't know. It's an awkward position to be in. Okay, but you're not feeling. If somebody will, like, let's say this. Somebody could take a pot shot, whatever, at your ego when it comes to the workplace and the kind of work that you do. Could be a boss, could be a coworker. Okay, now as far as the house of service goes, all along you may have been, you know, helping someone. Usually, what I say about this house is it's a 50-50 thing, whereas someone needs your help. So they come to you and say, you know, if you do this for me, I'll do this for you. So it's a 50-50 thing, like an arrangement where you both benefit, okay? So this could be one of those times, though, where you don't benefit, where you are doing far too much for someone else. You're giving up an awful lot of your time, your rights, even to, it could be anything, you know, as far as, I don't know, it could be your personal life or your professional life, but you are being put in a position, it seems, where you're like stuck possibly with this person, you know, or in doing this very thing that you did that you probably didn't have to do at all, you know. You did it maybe once or twice, and this is a favor of some kind, but now someone is really shoving that on you, and it's supposed to be part of your permanent daily schedule, whatever. Okay, on Thursday, May 19th, the Sun in Taurus in your 8th house trines Pluto, transiting in your 4th house of your home. So this is very nice. 8th house is other people's resources and money. It is the house of legacies and inheritances and many other things. But I'd have to say, because it's a trine to your 4th house where you have Pluto, 4th house is also your childhood and your background and your family, that maybe a family member is helping you out at this time in regards to your home or wherever it is that you live or are living. You know, maybe you are getting help with your home, or even being like thought of in a inheritance or legacy. Something's being passed down to you that was in your family. Okay, on Friday, May 20th, Mercury in Gemini in your 9th house sextiles Jupiter, transiting in your 7th house of Aries. Okay, so 9th house is big communication and travel house, but it's long distance usually. Okay, so you could be traveling right now, you know, to to see someone. The partnerships, your 7th house where you have Aries and Jupiter right now. Jupiter's opening up and expanding this area for you to meet new people for business reasons, for romantic reasons, for like a friendship of some kind. And this could be like taking place at a distance, okay? If someone new is coming into your life, they could be, you know, from another country, or just a different background than yours, different culture, something like that. But you could be in communication with them right now or traveling to see them. On Saturday, May 21st, the Sun in Gemini in your 9th house conjuncts Mercury in Gemini in your 9th house. And again, this being the communication house, okay, I'd have to say you would get a long distance communication at this time, okay? Or you are making one, and this Mercury's retrograde at this time, so it could be something that you are waiting to hear about, something you inquired about previously. The 9th house is also legal matters. It's also media and publishing, so maybe you did have something published, or you were in the process of getting something published, and this could be the day that it actually is. 9th house is an internet house also, so It could be on social media or online, period. Or it could be in a physical newspaper or magazine. But to me, it looks like a very important communication that you were waiting to hear about. On Sunday, May 22nd, Mars in Pisces in your 6th house, sextiles Pluto transiting in your 4th house of Capricorn. And this is really nice. This is, you know, doing something or possibly even getting help from a coworker in regards to your home, or anyone actually at this time may be helping you out in, let's say, like painting your home or house sitting or doing something in regards to your home. Or it could be even, if you don't work from home, possibly just making arrangements to do that. Maybe you go in so many days a week, but you work from home at other times. So that could be what's going on right now too. It's like your work schedule, even if you don't work at all, though, there's still something going on in regards to your family life and like your workspace, or an area that's just for you. Okay, so for Cancer, on Wednesday, May 18th, Mars in Pisces in your 9th house conjuncts Neptune, also in Pisces in your 9th house of long distance travel and communications, media and publishing, foreign anything, foreign people, countries, travel. This is the house of adventure, okay? House of legal matters and higher learning, many things, okay? But in regards to, let's say, like legal matters, okay? Having Mars here, first of all, could mean that there's actually activity taking place within, let's say, like a legal matter, okay? That was maybe stalled or wasn't moving at all. And you could get like communication of some kind in regards to a settlement, as far as legal settlement or insurance settlement, something like that, you know. And the communication is worded in such a way that they act like they're doing you a favor by whatever it is that they're offering you. You know, they're trying to make you feel like you better grab, you know, this offer. You better take it. Or leave it. But if you leave it, they're not going to offer you anything more. This is all you're going to get from these people, or this situation or something. And that's actually not true. Okay, these planets together kind of denote like you could be ripped off at this time, right? But it's done in such a way that you're made to feel like you're okaying it, okay? You are put in a position where you can't really represent yourself or effectively, or fight back effectively. And you have to kind of like swallow your pride and take whatever is being offered you. Now, this could be in a lot of different areas, not just legal matters, okay? So, it could be also, though, like the 9th house is the house of spirituality and philosophy, your outlook on life, your philosophy on life, your religious beliefs. So, you know, you could be in touch with someone, you know, who is from a different culture, different background than yours, and you could get the feeling that they're kind of looking down their nose at you because of your beliefs and your, you know, a lot of times, you know, being an American, a lot of foreigners view us as like very violent or aggressive or something like that, you know, with all the shootings that we have here, you know, it's like the wild west or whatever, or so it appears to be, you know. So it could be something like that someone takes your ethnicity even, you know, and makes you feel like, you know, they're looking down their nose at you. So but you really can't, it could be just like a feeling that you get, but you really can't say anything about it without making yourself look like, I don't know, like you're making a big deal out of something that doesn't exist, but it actually does, because you're feeling it and you know that it's true, you know, but it will be used against you if you speak up about it. Anyways, okay, so on Thursday, May 19th, the Sun in Taurus in your 11th house trines Pluto, transiting in your, let's see here, 7th house of Capricorn. So this is a nice, you know, the 11th house where you have Taurus is your most sociable house. It's social media, but it's also socializing in person, okay? This is where you go to hang out. It's your group of friends. It's any kind of organization that you belong to. It's also your house of dreams, hopes, and wishes, and a very nice trine to your 7th house of partnerships and close relationships. Could mean that you're really bonding with someone at this time. One of your friends, or possibly somebody that you are in like the same organization. You're creating some kind of close friendship with someone now at this time. That possibly you've met through unusual means. You know, having the planet Uranus in your 11th house does kind of bring about the ability to meet people in unusual ways, and not only that, meeting very unusual people. Okay, on Friday, May 20th, Mercury in, let's see, Gemini, okay, in your 12th house, sextiles Jupiter, transiting in your 10th house of Aries, okay. So just having Jupiter in your 10th house of your career and your public life and how you're known professionally and personally by reputation kind of means that you're in for a promotion of some kind. So if you do currently work somewhere or for someone else, you know, this is in effect for a while, having Jupiter here, right? Even if you don't work at all, your status is being elevated in some way or other, you know, publicly, even if it's just within your own group of friends or even an organization that you belong to. With a very nice sextile from your 12th house, where you have Mercury that's retrograde right now, means that possibly, I always say when Mercury's in the 12th house, it brings out the investigator in you, okay? So you might have finally stumbled across information that you were like looking for now that Mercury's retrograde. When it was direct, maybe you couldn't pry it out of somebody or other, or you just couldn't, you just didn't even know where to look. So now that Mercury is retrograde, you're trying something a little different, and in a roundabout way possibly have come across information that helps you in some way, helps further your career or your position in whatever it is that you're after. Okay, what status, whatever. Okay, so on Saturday, May 21st, the Sun in Gemini in your 12th house conjuncts Mercury in Gemini in your 12th house. Okay, with Mercury still retrograde, okay. This could be one of those aha moments, okay, where you do discover something pretty important. 12th house is the house of secrets and confidences and actions taken by you or someone else behind the scenes. It's also the house of solitude. It's things that you are doing on your own or relaxing, you know, waiting for the planets and the sun, especially, to move into your first house. But until that time, you have a little bit of downtime or time to yourself. So you could even be in communication with someone that's a little bit secret, or you are having an ongoing conversation with someone back and forth, you know. Could be verbal, or it could be like through email or regular postal mail, anything like that. But it could be a lot of communication with someone that is behind the scenes. You know, it's not, it's in secret. Okay, on Sunday, May 22nd, Mars in Pisces in your 9th house, sextiles Pluto, transiting in your 7th house of Capricorn. So this is a nice aspect between, let's say, like your knowledge, your background, you know, your cultural background, as far as knowledge goes, kind of like level of school you've had, schooling, wisdom even, whatever. But so whatever it is that you have and you know is like a source of pride or whatever. You're proud of whatever your accomplishments are, even in this area, okay? As far as like interests go, or actual school or something like that, or even what it is that you do for a living or used to do for a living. So with the sextile to Pluto in your 7th house of partnerships, just means that you bring an awful lot to the table when it does come to a partnership of any kind. You have a lot of knowledge, you have experience, you probably are able to I don't know, do even more than possibly the person that you're involved with this partnership. You know, it could be, again, business related, romantic, or like just like a close friend. Okay, so for Pisces, on Wednesday, May 18th, Mars in Pisces in your 1st house conjuncts Neptune in Pisces in your 1st house. So this is kind of a weird transit, just because these planets don't really blend together very well. Mars in your 1st house makes you real active and energetic in going after what you want, period. Anything, you know, in your life that you want to change or put the way you want it to be or something like that. It makes you appear to be kind of aggressive, you know, maybe you are right at this time, you know, but the conjunction to Neptune kind of undermines your effectiveness in a way, because Neptune is a very giving and, let's say, spiritual and altruistic and non-self-serving, okay, planet, whereas Mars is all about the ego, you know, it's the me planet. So I don't know, you know, you could be viewed in different ways, okay, like you could do something very nice, very charitable for someone, or even for a group of people, even if it's just giving your time or something. And but you could be wanting to possibly be recognized for it, or you will be recognized for it. So it's almost like you're being charitable, but you want people to know that you're being charitable, you know, that you're the good guy, or that you're doing something on someone else's behalf, not your own, blah, blah, blah. So it's almost like it's not like charity or something in a way. It's people will view it as you're doing it to draw attention to yourself and what a good person you are. Even if that's not what you're doing, I'm just saying, you know, the effectiveness of whatever it is that you're doing isn't going to work really well. Also, this, like, it has, like, this combination kind of undermines you in a way. Also, you know, you could look like... you know, I'd have to say, though, you know, Mars really in your 1st house will not let anyone walk all over you, or it makes you stand your ground and stick up for yourself, you know. So you could be doing something like that right now, something that you have to do, but somebody's going to make you out to be the bad guy, because the person you're standing up to, or the organization, or whatever it is that you're standing up to, is supposedly helpless, or they appear to be, or they're someone, you know, could be a charitable organization or something like that, or it could be a person that like needs your help. It could even be like a family member or somebody really preying on your sympathies, you know, and it's almost like you have to swallow your pride or your ego and do whatever you can to help this person. But why? What, you know, like I said, it's probably like a family member or somebody like that that's trying to get you to give up something of importance or value, you know, for them, or for some supposed greater cause. So I really wouldn't do too much on this day if I were you. I wouldn't make any kind of handshake deals or verbal or anything like that, or promise, or even just talk about doing something for someone, because someone's going to remember that conversation somewhere down the line and they're going to hold you to it. Okay, on Thursday, May 19th, the Sun in Taurus in your 3rd house trines Pluto transiting in Capricorn in your 11th house. So the Sun in your 3rd house of everyday life, the people you would encounter throughout the normal course of your day. It's where you would go possibly in your immediate area, and a very nice trine to Pluto in your 11th house of sociability and hanging out with your friends, and even possibly online or on the internet. Just means that that's exactly what you're doing on a day like this. Maybe you are getting together with friends in person even, you know, but it looks like it's a local bar or restaurant or club or something like that. On Friday, May 20th, Mercury in Gemini in your 4th house, sextiles Jupiter, transiting in your 2nd house of Aries. Excuse me. So this is really nice. You know, you have Mercury in your 4th house of your personal life and your family, your home life, where you actually physically live and the people you live with. It's your past and your childhood. And Mercury is retrograde here, and having Jupiter in your 2nd house of earned income and your possessions and your valuables and your personal values even. It looks like maybe you've been wanting to purchase something for your home or for yourself, okay? And you weren't doing it. With Mercury being retrograde, there's a reason why you could possibly be doing it now. Maybe that item is on sale, or you know, it's circumstances have changed in some way or other that gives you the ability to make that purchase either for your home or for your own personal use. Okay. On Saturday, May 21st, the Sun in Gemini conjuncts Mercury in Gemini in your 4th house. So this is like the start of something new in a way, or it could be, because Mercury is retrograde, that you laid down some new rules, you know, about the house. Even if you don't have a roommate or family that live with you, it could be, you know, people dropping in, or people when they do visit you, that they weren't really adhering to something like that. It could be something as simple as telling people they have to call before they show up, that they should not just show up on your doorstep and expect you to drop everything just because they decided to drop in on you. You know, little things like that, but something that it looks like that you tried to implement at one point, was maybe you thought was okay, was working out and all that, and now that Mercury's retrograde, people are slacking off, or they're sliding back to the way they were doing things before. Okay. On Sunday, May 22nd, Mars in Pisces in your 1st house, sextiles Pluto, transiting in your 11th house of Capricorn. So this is, you know, a very nice aspect from your 1st house of your personality to your 11th house, where you have Pluto and your group of friends or an organization that you belong to. Okay, so whatever it is about you, your personality is very effective right now. You have the ability to reach large groups of people. So if you belong to, let's say, like a chapter of an organization in your area, whatever it is that you're doing or saying could possibly be spread out to all the other existing chapters in different parts of the world. So you find that, like, you're pretty effective right now. Your personality is influencing, like, other people, even if it is just your friends. Okay. For Leo, on Wednesday, May 18th, Mars in Pisces in your 8th house conjuncts Neptune in Pisces in your 8th house. Okay, so this 8th house is a money house. It's passive money. Okay, it's money coming to you through means other than earning it, such as a settlement or a legal settlement, insurance payout, inheritance, refund of some kind, bank loan, credit from credit card company or something like that. But the combination of these two planets, I've mentioned many, many times having Neptune here, that you should always check to make sure that your identity hasn't been stolen, or that your bank accounts and your credit card statements, all of your statements of any kind, are accurate. You know, that's the balance, or that's what you really owe, you know. So you could actually find out, you know, finally something like this, that somebody has kind of been ripping you off in some way or other, or they've been using something of yours that you had no idea they were using. It could be anything, actually, okay? But this is the day that you could discover that something, you know, even as far as the settlement goes, because that's kind of like an effect right now, just because you have Jupiter in your 9th house of Aries, and the 9th house does govern legal matters, but I'll get to that in a minute. So somebody could offer you a settlement of some kind. Maybe they've been, you know, long drawn out thing, trying to get you to just drop the whole issue, you know, or whatever, even though you were owed money. So whomever, you know, whatever institution or whatever is supposed to be paying you, could act like they're doing you a huge favor, and or that what they're giving you, the amount that they're giving you, is you were lucky to get that to begin with, you know. So it might not be fair. You should probably really look into an offer or a settlement of some kind that someone gives you at this time, because to me it looks like it's not going to be fair, that they are cheating you in some way or other, but they're expecting you to just jump at it and hurry up and cash that check. And it's probably not a good idea to do that. I would, if I were you, go, you know, see an attorney or something or other, because once you cash that check, it seems, I believe, that you have agreed to their terms, okay, by accepting and cashing that check. So I'd look into it further if I were you. For Thursday, May 19th, the Sun in Taurus in your 10th house trines Pluto, transiting in your 6th house of Capricorn. So your 10th house is your career, pretty much, and your 6th house is the kind of work that you do. So obviously you are doing something right now that's getting an awful lot of attention, with the Sun in your 10th house of your public life and your professional life, and being in the spotlight, okay? So you've done something that's like newsworthy, sorry, possibly, or you are getting some kind of promotion, very sudden, due to the fact that you have Uranus in your 10th house here. Perhaps like your boss is retiring, or they decided to leave, or something or other, but you're kind of like being thrown in the spotlight. On Friday, May 20th, Mercury in Gemini in your 11th house, sextiles Jupiter, transiting in your 9th house of Aries. Okay, so your 11th house is your friends and acquaintances and your peer group, where you would normally go to hang out. But it's also the house of dreams, hopes, and wishes. Mercury is retrograde here. I'd have to say that possibly you may hear from a friend who lives at a distance, with this sextile to Jupiter in your 9th house of long distance travel and communications. 11th house is also social media, so you could be joining a group or be friending someone who does live in another country, or is just from a completely different background than yours. Okay, and this is almost like suddenly running into, let's say, if you're out somewhere, okay, socializing with your friends, running into someone, excuse me, that moved away or does live at a distance, that's back in town for some reason or other. On Saturday, May 21st, the Sun in Gemini conjuncts Mercury in Gemini in your 11th house. Okay, so this is and again, Mercury's retrograde, so this is actually kind of running into someone that you never expected to see when you were out somewhere, okay? out with your friends or even by yourself. This could also be like online, on social media, that someone contacts you, maybe from your past. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but someone that's been away from your group of friends for a while, okay? You could also have like a really neat conversation with somebody at this time that kind of clears up some kind of misconception or image that you had of one of your friends, or a friend of a friend. You know, you didn't have all the info on them. You know, you just had what you knew about them. But now that you're talking to them directly, it's clearing up a lot of things about them that you didn't know before. So your opinion of them could change, like for the better. On Sunday, May 22nd, Mars in your 8th house in Pisces sextiles Pluto, transiting in your 6th house of Capricorn. So, you know, we're back to the workplace here, the kind of work that you do, your co-workers, your work schedule. This is also the house of service, though. So Mars in the 8th house does mean that you are actually going after things that belong to you, especially money, but possessions or anything that someone may have borrowed. But this is also the house of like jointly held debt and resources. Okay, so Mars here energizes this area, and the sextile to the 6th house of like the kind of work that you do. There could be someone at work that you benefit from in some way by them letting you use something of yours, or them actually outright giving it to you as a gift. Or this is as far as service goes. If you have been helping someone and they've been helping you, it's a nice arrangement for both of you. They could actually do something very nice for you. I believe, though, it would be monetary, or they could give you some kind of gift. But it could even be like a debit card or gift card or something like that, just to give it to you for helping them.